Randolyn Collins with the latest news. A local community has been scared to death to leave their homes due to a recent television show broadcasting. The fictional show, called Death in the Valley, has ignited a social paranoia amongst the civilians of the valley in New Mexico. The show is about an alien life form that escapes Area 51 and comes to the valley to wreak havoc on all the people there. Of course, the made-up city on the television has an eerie connection to the real valley of New Mexico, where many of the same architects and landmarks remind them of their very own town. We spoke to one local woman today who explained this madness and what has sparked a mean world syndrome to the civilians of the valley of New Mexico. I'm here with Becky Flint, who tells us she has not left her house in weeks. Becky, tell us what has sparked this fear in you and your community.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, the new show Death in the Valley debuted in our area. At first it seemed to serve as entertainment, but as the storyline went on, more and more of the scenes felt so real and close to home. I began to see little signs around me on my way to school that things happening on the series could possibly happen in real life. When I arrived to school that day, I learned that it was not only me. All of my friends and my teachers were becoming frightened by the thoughts this TV show could become our reality. The madness lasted about a week until the town had no choice but to call for an emergency situation, calling all of our residents to stay inside their house due to hysteria caused by the death in the valley. I'm too scared to even leave my house during the daylight. I'm afraid a spacecraft may come to get me.
Word has just been released that a soldier who has been missing since Vietnam has just escaped from a cave where him and 3 others have been held hostage for decades. The news would have served as celebratory, however, once the man was united with the real world, he began to return to the cave where he felt at home. He claimed the only life he knew came from the cave paintings that surrounded him, and that is the life where he wanted to live. So he crawled back in the cave where he remains.
Don't go nowhere. More media news right after these messages. Now from news in the technology world. It has now become world known that the original Apple that we all have come to love is no more. Computer giant mogul Macintosh has proved successful in trademarking every apple of the world. That's right, next time you're in the food store and are hungry for a big red apple, you must now refer to it as Macintosh. Macintosh now owns all the apples of the world, and anytime one appears, you must first think of Macintosh, not just fruit. Thank you, Macintosh, for further blurring our perception of reality and technology.
One more breaking news. President Barack Obama has a strong argument in his case for saving stray cats. Today, Obama called a massive press conference where he urged Americans to come together to save these cats and keep them off the street.
I too had a cat when I was a young boy. I know how much they can mean to their owners and people who care about them. It's my duty to protect every cat just as I protect every U.S. citizen. We all want a roof over our heads, a hot meal, and a place to call home. We all expect our rights to be upheld just as the Constitution promises us. We are all created equally. Who are we to say cats were not included in the statement and do not get to experience the same treatment? I beg of you to open your hearts to the stray cats of the world.
Obama has issued a bill including cats in the Bill of Rights. Congress will begin the debate next month.